Only one place really to start, Shauna, that dramatic victory against Swansea City in our final game. It looked for a long time like it was heading for a draw, but we got the 3 points in the end.
Yeah, and it's a credit to Swansea. Obviously, they lost their goalkeeper in the first half and they put their bodies on the line and made it really difficult for us to break it down. But there's a belief in this group at the moment, and it's a credit to our girls as well to keep pushing and keep fighting. And we're glad we managed to get the 3 points because it's definitely boosted confidence yet again. And like we said before, just keep riding this wave and enjoying it because it's going to come to an end at some point. So whilst we're going, we just keep fighting and sticking together. And to get 3 points again off Swansea was outstanding. So yeah, really happy.
Well, it has been a long season. We haven't had a game now for 3 weeks. So has it helped to have that time to rest over Christmas?
Yeah, we've had a little break, but as a group, we sort of decided that we've got to keep going, especially with where we're at now. And we're competing and we're challenging not only in the league but in cup competitions as well. We just made a collective decision that we were going to keep going. So whilst we had 1 or 2 sessions off, we kept pushing behind the scenes, and the girls, to be fair to them, were absolutely outstanding over the Christmas break. They've worked so hard and got all the strength and conditioning work done all their conditioning stuff. We've come in on days off. We had a friendly game as well. So for us, really, we couldn't afford to stop. But on the 1 or 2 sessions that we did have off, hopefully the girls managed to just take that as a break and enjoy being with family and friends.
Results elsewhere meant we ended 2024 top of the Genera Admin Premier table as well. So what would your reaction have been if you'd have been offered that at the start of the season?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I feel like we keep bringing this up, and only speaking to staff earlier on, when we say about where we're at currently, it's it's a shock, like you can't take away the fact that the girls have worked hard, and obviously as a staffing group we've worked hard behind the scenes, but never would we have thought that this would be where we are going into the Christmas break. But the fact that we are, you've got to give that credit to the players and the whole staffing team really, because we've done a lot of work in the last 6 months to push and to challenge. And whilst we're in the position that we're in, we're just going to keep enjoying it and keep pushing as hard as we can to maintain that for as long as we can.
The tough games keep on coming. It's Cardiff City again here at Park Hall this weekend. We beat the Bluebirds for the first time just before Christmas, so we can go into this one with a little bit of unique confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, similar situation to where we are in the league. Would you have expected it? Probably not. Would you have expected us to have knocked them out of the cup? Probably not. But whilst we're confident and we've got this belief in the group, we've got to keep on top of that and we've got to maintain it. And the challenge now for Sunday is we've done it once. Can we do it again? And Cardiff can show from their history that they can go back to back in games and cup competitions and league titles, where for us, we've not experienced those things. So whilst beating them was a first for us, and it was a huge confidence boost, the real test now will be on Sunday is of maintaining that, but can we do it in the league as well?
Cardiff City were in action Sunday just gone. They lost 3-1 on the road against Britain Ferry. They've now lost 2 in a row, so no doubt they'll be hurting and looking to get back to winning ways. So does that potentially make them a more difficult opponent this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing obviously what that team's like and the calibre of players that are in that squad, but also seeing what Ian's like as a manager as well, there's no way that they'll be settling for what's been going on in their camp for the last few weeks, and they're going to come back fighting. But even more so, coming here, being live on TV, knowing that we beat them last time, it's definitely a shift in mentality. And at the minute, the league's wide open, and that's something that they openly speak about, that it's theirs to win. So there's definitely a mood around the place, both here and there, and it'll be a great game, I'm sure, between 2 top sides at a minute that are fighting for the league.
Do you think having that game last weekend will have helped Cardiff in terms of keeping them match sharp, or do you think it would have been better to have the break?
You can look at it both ways. For us, we didn't want to stop. We wanted to carry on, and that's why we arranged our own fixture. On the flip side, you can take a longer break and make sure your players are more rested and stuff like that. But for them, either way, they were faced with a league game, and it's something that they had to go through. I'm sure, no doubt now they're looking back, wish that it wasn't on that date over the Christmas break. But from looking at the team that they put out, they had full squad and stuff like that. So the game was there to be won, and they didn't manage to get it over the line. But I think just looking back at ourselves, we know that we didn't want to stop. And that wasn't only just our decision as a staffing team, that came from the players. They didn't want to break. They didn't want to be interrupted by the Christmas break, and it's a credit to them that they've got that mindset and mentality now that they really want to push and challenge for as long as they can.
I know we spoke about it at the end of last year. Potential new signings. Are we any further down the line at seeing any new faces around the club?
Yeah, I think you look at where we are in the league and with the cup competitions as well, and for the first time in a long time, we're an attractive team now, and you're naturally going to get players that will show interest. And on the other side, we're also going to keep an eye out and look at potential signings that we can bring in the next few weeks, because we don't want to sit still. And did we create this squad this year of all these fresh faces to win the league? No, we didn't. We did it to compete and make sure we finish top four and make sure we better everything that we achieved last year. And we're already so close to achieving that. So whilst we're riding this wave and we're competing at the top, we need to make sure we keep bettering the squad as well, to make sure that if come the end of the season we're still in and around the top of the table, that we're ready to fight for it.
And finally, 3 weeks on since our last game, what's the injury situation looking like? No doubt, hopefully some improvements there.
Yeah, a lot of improvements, and we're seeing more and more girls come back now being non-contact on the pitch. A couple of them are contact now, so we're getting closer and closer, and give it a week or so more and our squad will even be fitter and stronger than ever.